As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams. As I look upon my life, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dreams.
Good morning, everybody. Greetings to you in that beautiful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Well, this morning we are so grateful that we are alive. So I hope that you are alive and well, and that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, right? In the image of Christ. So never ever lose hope, because if the Lord is for you, who can be against you? And the mere fact that you are alive tells me a lot, that there is purpose. You know, there's something that you need to do while you are still alive. So yes, I know there's circumstances of life, and I know there are storms that comes your way. But this morning, I want to just encourage you to say, remember the plans that the Lord has for you is plans to prosper you and not to harm you. It's plans to give you a hope and a great future. So never give up, even if the storms are raging, because if you have Jesus in your boat, you can smile at a storm because he's in control of that boat. So without wasting any time, I have a full house this morning. And we are talking on a topic, you can say resilient woman, or you can say woman of resilience. Yeah. So either or, we are talking on resilience. And we know that, many times, especially in the journey of life, you find a lot of things happening to individuals, to all of us. But we have to somehow dust ourselves off and just carry on with life again. So that's what we're talking about, resilience, right? A resilient woman. And that's why I have these beautiful ladies in the studio. So they actually laughed, or they scared for the question that we're going to ask this morning, the mirror question. I'm so deliberate with this question, right? And I want you to actually participate if you are joining us this morning live on YouTube, right? I want to ask the question while you're getting your mirror out, right? These ladies are going to actually greet you first, and then we will go over to this question. My question this morning is, so maybe I must rephrase, because I said to them, what fight do you like?
What's your favorite fight?
What's your favorite fight, right? So fight in a sense of there's a misunderstanding, right? Maybe between you and your hubby, maybe between you and a friend, maybe between, you know what I'm saying? And somehow you just feel that, this one is not that bad. And that's what I mean by, what is your favorite fight? Because we like to talk on how you are angry and how you... But today I want to ask you, what's your favorite fight, guys? Right? So that is the question for today. So I would really love you to answer that question. And speak to me on YouTube, right? So I'm first going to ask these ladies, these beautiful ladies, to introduce themselves, or actually to say hello to you, because not one of them are strangers to the program.
Yes. So I'll say good morning. I'm so excited to be on this morning's show, and I'd like to welcome each and every one of you. Please comment. Please take part in the conversation. I would like to say good morning to Auntie Heather. She's online. And if you're online, just drop us a comment so that we can engage with you. So from my side, good morning.
From my side, good morning. It's such a beautiful day.
Yeah,
I think Joan just mentioned something which just resonated with my spirit this morning on my way here to the studio, that I feel so blessed to be alive. I don't know about you guys, because when I look at what's happening all around us, I realize that God has really kept me for such a time as this. And I just want to live out my purpose. So I don't know about you. Good morning. Whoever's listening and watching, I want to provoke you, to think about your
Yeah.
life.
Yes.
Just think why you are alive. Why did God spare you for today? So yeah, and we have an interesting conversation, interesting visitor, not visitor, someone from home here, and we're looking forward to your story. And like we all have a story, you
Yes.
have a beautiful story. So I hope you're excited to listen to this story this morning. Yeah.
Anyway, good morning. Good
Yeah.
morning. This feels like deja vu. Because not exactly, but a year
Yeah.
ago, we spoke about this.
Yeah.
And I actually went to go and watch last time, the Resilient.
Okay.
I was here speaking about it. So this is like really deja vu, but I'm so honored and blessed to be here and excited, man.
Yeah.
Just like Pastor
Yeah.
I said now, you know,
Yeah.
happy to be alive and
Yes.
take on whatever's coming. We are resilient.
Yeah.
Sometimes we lose, sometimes we win, but we are.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. So can you tell them who you are? No,
Oh,
so-
I'm
so-
Crystal.
From Crystal Church.
From Crystal Church, Crystal Mateman. Last time I said Crystal Jacobs, now I can say Crystal Mateman.
Oh, okay.
So I'm Crystal Mateman, yeah.
Nice. Crystal.
Wonderful. It's good to have Crystal in the house here
Yes.
today. So yes, guys, now back to our question. So what is your favorite fight? I think for me, just to give the ladies a little bit of a head start, I think for me, if there's now really a disagreement, especially
Okay.
between myself and my husband, and a simple fight for me is, so you always like just wanna be with the children must be in the house. When you arrange something, it's about the children. It's not about the two of us.
Yeah.
So when are we getting to the two of us?
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? But everything that we talk about, everything that we plan, it's always the children in it. And sometimes I feel I also need that space.
Ek dink jy soek eintlik net
Ek soek
aandag.
aandag.
Jy soek looking for it.
I do. I do.
Maar hoekom sê jy nie net straight die white pick a fight?
No,
But
I don't
think-
pick a fight.
but
I
I
say
think-
no.
Yeah, yeah.
Why is it just about the children?
Oh.
And that's why I say
Is a fight that's not
it's
serious.
a favorite fight.
A
It's
favorite.
Ag man.
Okay.
Jy weet, is hy ag man.
It's so
Dis
true.
die
Eh? My favorite one is with my husband too, and it's also attention seeking. Like jy het nie tyd vir my nie man. Jy het nie, like making him feel, putting him on a guilt trip.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, and then he really.
And don't you think as women,
Oh my
that's our
Lord.
favorite. That's
The
for real a
favorite one.
favorite.
Yeah, and then I go back
We can all
to.
resonate with it.
Then I go back in time, like to when we started out, and toe jy vir my mos blomme gegee, en toe jy, and then you had time, and then you looked in my eyes, and jy weet nou besoekie mos nou
Yeah.
skoor, ja. En sê maar skattebol, maar jy wil eintlik net die stukkie hoor. Skattebol, maar kyk nou nog aan jou oë. Skattebol, ek is nou nog baie lief. Maar jy wil eintlik net hy hoor, nou soek jy krap.
yes,
Ja,
yes.
ja, that's my one.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
I think we're all gonna say the same.
Same thing. I'm sitting, I'm like, I should have gone first.
Because you know you're gonna win.
Yeah.
Either way, you know you're just
Yeah,
gonna win,
yeah.
and it's like you're starting.
Right.
You just wanna, I think, just hear, like I think that
Yeah.
information just to know
Yeah.
that. No, but you still are, you know, like.
Right.
So I think, I think
still
like
my
you're the
number
same.
one.
But you know you're gonna win that one.
But the reality of the matter, we
Yeah.
are emotional beings. So
Yeah.
we want to
Right.
know that we're
So
fast. We
true,
want to
Anka.
know that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
one of the arguments that me and my husband have half of
Yeah.
the time is he's a very passionate person. So when he's got his eyes or his attention on something,
Yeah.
there's
yeah,
nothing
no,
you can
true.
do to get it off. So like specifically last night, the more I'm trying to say we're done now, he's still going on, and after that he had something else going on. I'm like, but we need to go home. We've got children at home. We need to go home. He's got something else. So he's so passionate. He becomes sidetrack,
Yeah.
but it's for a good cause.
Yes,
It's for,
of
maar on the other side, I'm thinking, maar wat van ek en die kinders? Ons is
Yeah.
dan nou by die huis.
Yeah,
We don't need to go home. When are you going to pay attention to us? And when he gets home, he's so tired, he just lays on the couch like, okay, but you gave everybody else attention.
Yeah.
And now it's my time, and now you don't have time.
Now you don't have time.
Now
Now
you're
you're tired.
Yeah.
Now you're tired. Like when is it me? He'll go to the kids, spend these 2-3 minutes there. He'll give them kiss, pray with them, all of that. And then I said, no, kom staan ek soos 'n hondjie daar rond. And he's like, yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
tired now.
Oh,
Like I didn't tell you I love. Did I tell you I love you today? Like it's like that kind of. So I think for all of us women, we have the same.
Yeah.
We can resonate.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
That's true, and also you know, it's just for them for our men, balance.
Yeah, it's so
Balance. We need you. We need you. So, you know, if you have time for everybody else, we also just need that time, you know. We just need that. And yeah, we know you say, I love you. And many times you don't get it back in return from us. But yeah, we want to so much say live.
Yeah.
We love you.
Yes, we do. We do, absolutely.
So yeah, guys, we're gonna actually go into this topic, resilient woman. I wasn't aware that we actually last year this time did this, but I love this topic due to the fact that I know we all have stories to tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder if we can get that thingy because this thing is very hard. So maybe if we can just go into that, and then Crystal, our question, or my question, these ladies have. So what would you guys say is actually resilience? What do you understand by resilience?
Resilience is the ability to bounce back quickly.
That's correct.
Okay? It is, you know, like when you take there's like metal. When you knock metal, it's malleable, right?
Yeah.
And you knock it hard to get it straight.
Right.
It doesn't break.
Yeah.
And I think that is similar to what resilience is. That we, even though life throws, you know, things at us, circumstances happen, life happens, death happens, you know, you don't break.
Yeah.
We as women, I'm talking for myself now, girl, we just have the ability not to break.
Yes.
And if something happens to you, you bounce back quickly. You're tough enough to handle whatever life throws at you. I think we were speaking about it earlier on. Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to carry on. You moet
Yeah.
sterk wees. You moet sterk. I like to say, wees sterk man. You moet sterk wees. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's not easy
Life
to just
is-
be strong.
I
Sometimes
know.
people don't want to just be strong.
No,
You know,
it's
you're
true.
the strong one. You're the strong one. And sometimes, as people, you know, you get tired of just being the strong one.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So there is a little bit of a thing when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Because I know resilience is also you have to be able to stick out or to stick the tough times.
Right. Yes.
You must be able to stick out.
Yes.
Yeah. Hang on there.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
on that one that you just said now, you had a good one earlier on. Remember the one about when life knocks you and
Yes.
you're dizzy?
Yeah.
Just repeat that one.
Oh no, I was saying to Pastor Vai just now, I was looking through, you know, I came across this TikTok with this one guy was saying that when you get knocked down, stay there but just
Yeah.
like 2 minutes and
Yeah,
understand
yeah.
why were you knocked down?
Yes.
And then get back up
Yeah.
again. Sometimes, you know, we get up too fast.
Yeah.
It's like when you're dizzy.
Yeah, and spin your kop 'n
You're
bietjie.
dizzy,
Yeah.
and then, you know, you fall, and
Yeah.
then you want to get up quickly, you're going to fall again.
Yeah.
Trust me, you're going to fall
Right,
again. So, wag 'n bietjie, laat hy
Yes, yes.
duiseling net 'n bietjie weggaan,
Yeah.
and then get back up again.
Right.
So, for me, resilience is, you know, I ask the question, what makes us strong?
Yeah.
And sometimes you're going to, it's like I said just now, you're going to win battles, and sometimes you're going to lose.
Absolutely.
And it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah.
But you keep going. Like with me,
Yes.
just keep going, girl. You're gonna lose, you're gonna win, you're gonna
Yes.
lose, you're gonna win. But just keep going. And that's what makes me strong.
Right.
I
It's
just keep
important.
going.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. You have
I
to.
think it's also important to realize that being resilient means also that we get to absorb the shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when we get that first punch, we get that we get to absorb it,
Yes.
and it makes us stronger to move forward because we have to put one foot in front of the other. I
Yeah.
think in pop culture now, there was a time when we said, it's okay not to be okay, and that is okay.
Yeah.
But don't stay there. And
Yeah.
we overemphasize that,
Not
and
being
now
okay.
it becomes sort of like not glorified, but it's sort of like gets highlighted. No,
Yeah.
it's okay not to be okay all the time. So
Yeah.
the TikToks that you
Yeah.
get
So
is
that,
crying
and then it
TikToks.
makes you go into a depression.
Yes, because that's all you hear the whole time. People set up,
Self-pity.
yes,
Yeah.
they set up the
Self-pity.
camera and then they have a liquor
Take your
grind,
time,
then they
take your
edit it, and then they post
Nonsense,
it.
man.
I don't think it's not
Yeah.
healthy. It's not healthy,
Yeah.
and those are moments when you have a breakdown like that or whatever. Those are moments for you to sort of like let go of all the tension and all this,
Yeah.
and then from there you get up again and you go on, you
Yes.
move on, get out of that pity party.
Yes.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very important.
Yeah.
I like
actually,
what you say.
it's actually vital though.
The TikToks and
it's-
Alama guy and I mean it becomes such a norm because
Yeah.
the more you're doing it, it's like they make it culture.
It's normal
Right.
now.
It's
yes.
normal.
Yeah.
And no.
It's not normal.
Tell us what happens after that. Tell us
Yeah.
that I kept going. Now you
Yes.
keep on showing the same thing and
The
jy maak die mense
breakdown.
more but then depressed.
Yes.
So would you say you are a resilient woman?
No, I feel I know I am. I won't lie. This is just a testament now. I think when Auntie Joan on Tuesday, I was at my lowest, and I'm like, and I see this message now, and I'm like, Yara, help me, because right now I'm not feeling strong. Right now I'm not feeling like I'm a resilient woman, and I'm like, because there's so much happening right now. You're feeling so overwhelmed. You're feeling like, And I think sometimes one feels like that. When you're going through the most, you feel like you're not resilient. You feel like you're not a strong woman.
yeah.
But then you just realize, you speak to yourself and say, listen, yeah, girl, you are strong. You have to say to the mirror.
Yeah.
You have to constantly tell
Yes.
yourself, affirm yourself, you are strong. Don't worry, this thing is happening now. But girl, keep going.
Right.
And that's me, man. I just keep going. You take that knock and you must say, okay, you wait, you breathe, you do what you must. But I know I am a strong woman. Undoubtedly, I know I am strong. Because I win some, I lose some, but I keep going. This girl keeps going. And
That's wonderful. That's awesome. Would you say you're a resilient woman?
I am.
Right.
Undoubtedly. I think it's resilience that brought me thus far.
yes.
I think if I wasn't a resilient
Yes.
woman, I would not have been sitting here today. Because like all of us, we have a story. We have
Yes.
gone through, the highs and the lows of life. And life sometimes throws unexpected things at you.
Yeah.
Things that I've gone through a divorce, and I've gone through depression, and through all of that I've been able to navigate my way back to myself.
Yeah.
And I think my biggest what is that, like the positive for me was self-talk. Talking to myself, acknowledging where I am, and even as somebody that suffered from depression before, when I feel down, I ask myself, what is the real reason? What is the cause of you feeling? I know that I love that scripture that says, "Oh my soul, why are you so downcast?"
Yeah.
So I talk to myself, and I'm like, Violet, what is die? Wat bly jou man? Wat bly jou? Kom na daai dingetjie toe wat jou pla. And then deal with that.
Yeah.
And then when you deal with it, when you bring it to the surface,
Yes.
then
And I think, Violet, on that thing,
Yeah.
that is why I think I believe in a mirror.
you do.
Because that
Yeah.
mirror won't tell lies.
Right, right.
So if you don't lie to yourself
Right.
and get to the root
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
of
yes.
why you are feeling the way you're feeling.
feeling, yes.
Because remember now, you
Yeah.
pack your own shoot
That's
every
right.
day.
That's right.
Every day you decide what you're going to wear.
Absolutely.
You decide whether
Yes.
I'm going to wear makeup or not.
Yes.
You decide, am I going to put on lipstick or
Right.
not?
Yes, yes.
You decide, am I going to comb my hair or not?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
pack your own shoot.
That's right.
You're going to decide what attitude will I have
Yes.
for today.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that is so vital. Hence, I believe in affirmations.
Right.
Hence, I believe to
Yes.
have time with yourself when you wake up in the morning.
Yes. Yes.
Even if you don't have that all the time.
Yeah.
But at least just sit in that bed
Yeah.
or whatever, the
Yes.
way you do it,
Yes.
and just reflect,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and affirm yourself.
Yes.
I am a strong woman.
Yes.
I'm going to make it.
I'm special.
I'm
I'm beautiful.
I'm beautiful.
That's so true.
Yes, see,
fearfully and wonderfully
look
made.
at
Just-
this.
yeah.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm me.
Yes.
I don't want to be anybody else.
Right.
So the more you say and affirm yourself,
Yeah.
the more you're going to find that you feel good.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is my thing. When I get done, I don't just get done. I speak to that girl that's looking back at me.
Yeah.
And that makes me, that joyful person.
Yeah.
And yes, if I feel knocked down,
Yeah.
if I feel downcast, I have to still look into the mirror, because that mirror is going to tell me, nee, kyk girl, jy het rolle aangesit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nee, kyk, die ding is baie styf wat jy nou vandag aan het.
Yeah.
It wasn't like this
Right.
last week
Yeah.
or 2 weeks prior, So which means watch what you're eating,
Right.
And then I say to myself,
Yeah.
Your Joan,
Jy moet nou weer 'n bietjie pas op.
kyk hoe lyk jy nou.
You
So
know,
it is important.
It's very important.
very important.
And years ago, someone reminded me that, when you, like you said, look in the mirror, and we know we like, as women, like to put body lotion on.
Yeah.
Talk to yourself as you
Yeah.
rubbing, but
Yeah.
all I see sometimes is the flaws, and then I have to remind myself, you're beautiful, you're special. Tell
Yes,
yourself,
yes.
and don't look at the what is not there anymore,
Yeah.
what used to be, and look
As
at
was
the,
my man, as hy die kriem aan sê, ja, nou verstaan ek hoekom het die groot mense gesê, yes, jy's mos asfal. So it's very true. You have to speak to yourself.
Yes, you have to.
So we all have stories, and because we have Crystal in the house, we actually want to hear a Crystal story. So we actually want to go, the highs and the lows. Where did it start for you to actually come to the mindset that I can't stay here for too long in the valley? I have to lift myself back up. Because especially if you don't, if you didn't expect it, especially if life knocks you down so quickly and you didn't see it coming. And that's life, guys. That's the journey of life. We all have a story to tell.
Yeah.
Yes.
But we have Crystal in the house, and we want to hear her story.
Come on. I deliberately had to watch last time's one,
Yeah.
so I don't want to repeat.
Yeah.
So I did it intentionally, and I saw on the last one I spoke a lot about I think the divorce,
Yeah.
that knock in my life,
Yeah.
and that was one of my heavy lows.
Yes.
And if I'm now taking it further back, and I look at my life, because now I was doing a reflection with myself, This is the first time I'm actually speaking now, going into depth now with this, and I'm like, girl, are you ready?
Are you ready?
Are you ready? But I think it's important also
Yeah.
to
Yes.
start being real with myself.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, because that brings healing, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, sometimes I've heard, like, you sugarcoat mos alles because you don't want to tramp on toes, you
That's
don't want
right.
to all this. And I guess, I don't know who can attest to that, but
Yeah.
that's me. And I was looking at this girl, and I'm like, okay, Crystal, what really makes you strong, and what makes you this resilient woman that you say? And if I look at my life way back, and this is my story to say, and for the longest of time, everybody has been telling my story.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
you look at it, and you like listening to other people telling your
Yes,
story.
yes.
Right.
And you're like, wow. But you're actually the main character of your story.
Absolutely
You need
so.
to tell your story.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
stop letting
Yeah.
other people say your
Yeah.
story.
You're the
Because-
actor on your own stage.
Exactly. And now everybody's knowing better. And jy sit my ook net daar so in
Yeah.
the audience. Maar is aan jou story. And I was looking at this thing over a period of time now. I'm like, no, man, girl. Start saying your truth and your story.
Yeah.
Who is Crystal? What made you who you are today? And if I look back at my life, here we go. But anyway, I was looking at this girl that was, I was a misfit man. That's how I saw myself. In my family, at school and whatever, I was always this misfit girl. I always thought I didn't belong. I always thought that, like, this is really the first time I'm speaking about that. Maybe I did it one-on-ones, but not on a scale like this. But that is how I was always. Even growing up in my family, I always felt like rejected. I always felt like I don't belong here. I always felt like, who are you, man? You don't belong here. It's not a misfit. I had to deal with that from a young age.
Yeah.
And I fought this thing and trying to fight it all the time. I believe that's how my resilience came about. And I like this one TikTok that I also came across where this one person was saying, resilience already starts as little as a baby.
Fact, eh? That's very true.
Yeah.
Did you see
That's
a
very
baby?
true.
A baby,
Yes.
when it starts walking,
Yeah.
they're crawling obviously
Yes.
first, but before they start walking, they get up, they fall,
Yeah.
they get
Yeah.
up, they fall,
Yeah.
they get up, they fall.
Yeah.
But they're persistent.
Yeah.
They're
So
persistent.
true.
And we are not there telling the baby, I mean we're all moms here. When our child falls and whatever, no, stay there, it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you encourage the child,
Yeah.
get back up and walk
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
walk and walk. And that's how we already started
Yeah.
being resilient, because we keep getting back up
That's
again and we keep
that's
walking.
correct.
Yeah.
And that is what I said, you know what, Crystal? That is what happened to you. You kept getting back up and you kept on walking and walking. And for the longest of time, I kept this inside of me. And I was like, you just wrestling with this thing as a child growing up, and you just felt misplaced. You felt like I wasn't an academic child. I wasn't an athlete or all those things. I was just misfit man in
Yeah.
life. I just felt like I don't belong,
Right.
And speaking about it, people will always say, no, man, what you talking about? And I'm just saying, this is how I feel. This is my feelings, you know?
yeah.
And this is what I'm going through. And that is why I kept quiet. Because every time you speak, somebody else wants to tell you better.
That's
You know?
right.
And I always felt like, no, man. But I had these feelings, Crystal. You had these feelings. So tell your truth. This is how you felt like. And you know what? Anyway, that's my life, and kept on going. And yeah, life happened. Divorce happened to me. Got married again. And it's like just constant. There's always battles. And I'm not going to lie to you
And
a word of
I
it.
think sometimes you ask yourself, why must I fight like this?
Yes.
Really?
Constantly.
Can't it stop?
All the time, like really. And even like now recently, I'm not gonna lie, look, I have obviously a brand, Crystal Clear. And it was tough, man. Because now I was just like, I just want to go off the radar. I can't do this anymore. Because now you're in the public eye, everybody sees you and stuff like this, and now people is tarnishing your name. They once again saying who you are, and you're saying that's not the truth.
Yeah.
Like, when is this going to stop? And I say, even if you're now going to say the real truth, it's going to cause some other stuff. And I'm like, I'm tired of this. But what do? I keep pushing, guys. I keep pushing, and I'm like, you know what? Yara, leave it in God's hands. But that's my story.
Sometimes on that, you say, leave it in God's hands. To me, can I be real, guys? Can
Yeah.
I just be real? To me, there's certain things God wants you to leave it, but you must do something also.
Yeah.
Right.
He will work with you if you work with him.
Right.
Yes.
Right? You can't just say, okay, well, I'm not going to do anything about this.
Yeah.
I left it in the hands of God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I just clear that air?
Yeah.
That you have to do something. You have to live the truth who you are.
Yes.
Yes. And not what people think
Yes.
you
And-
are.
Look, and that is my struggle right now. I'm not even gonna lie. That is what I'm struggling with right now. I don't know how to go about certain things right now, and all that I know, my survival right now is to just keep going, and just to keep. Yeah, I need maybe coping mechanisms on how to deal with certain things, but it's tough, man.
Yeah.
It's real. It's at the point
Yeah.
where you feel like I was saying now, in the week when Auntie Joan, you asked, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm strong. I don't feel like I'm this resilient woman, or, because why these attacks are incoming, these things are incoming. Like, I feel like I can't breathe.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you went through this, and it's a constant battle. Like you just feel like it's a constant battle, but you keep on getting back up,
Yeah.
and you keep on showing up. Get up, show up, get up, show up. Mense as daar, and I know as women, I mean, we can all attest to it. If we have to really say our stories and stuff, people will be shocked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People will really be
So
shocked.
true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But that is what makes us strong, because we
Yeah.
keep getting up and we show up.
Yeah.
We keep getting up and show up. And for me, like I said, yes, that was my journey, man. And
Why would you think, okay, I'm going to play the coach thing. Why do you think you felt that you were a misfit?
I also
Correct.
wanted to ask that question. It was burning, you know, to know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because
why?
that's
because to
that's
me, you
important.
look like you
because
have
someone
it all
out
together.
there, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
that's
You're
always the
beautiful.
thing, né? That's always the thing people
Yeah.
think, né?
Outside.
Né? They always see. And I mean, I love Pastor Anka when she shared her testimony when I think we were preaching.
Yeah.
Lekker laat ons lekker gehuilik and whatever.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't also have thought that
No.
about her, you know,
Yeah.
because you're
Yeah.
gorgeous and you like, you know,
Yes.
you're
Yeah.
like, it doesn't make sense.
Right.
So like for me, yes, but like I'm saying now, it's the first time that I'm actually speaking so
Yeah.
openly about it.
Yes.
But my mom told me once that, you know what, I went, I don't know, for psychology or whatever,
Yeah.
because I didn't also understand why I was different to my brother and my sister.
Yeah.
You know, so I went already, as small as I was, I already went for that psychology or whatever, you
Yeah.
know. And it went deeper than that. And even growing up, I always felt like, look, okay, my mom and dad wasn't together. But my dad is in my life now, thank God. But growing up, he wasn't there. So now I'm growing up with my mom alone. My brother and sister obviously looks exactly like my mom. And I always felt like I'm a misfit.
Okay. Okay.
Like my
Yeah.
dad obviously wasn't there. I don't
Yes.
look like any of them.
Yeah.
And I had identity
Yeah.
problems.
Would you say it was more an element of you felt a sort of rejection that
Yeah.
made you feel like sort of like I don't fit or I'm inadequate or I'm asking,
Yeah.
do you think it would stem from there?
It could be like rejection is real. Sorry, rejection is real, you know. And yeah, like I said, because I was struggling with this thing, man. I did not feel like I belonged. I did not belong in this family. I did not, obviously, you know, my dad. I just felt like I was struggling with my
Yeah.
identity. And
Can I
yes.
just quickly interject there?
Yeah.
You know, I just want to like remind folks of the negative effects being a
Yeah.
I was a divorcee, right?
Yes.
So I just want them to know that divorce has a negative effect on your children.
Yeah.
Whether we want
Yeah,
to
that's a fact of
acknowledge it
life.
or not, because you know,
Yeah.
from even my
Yeah.
own children's testimonies, you know, some of them blame themselves.
Yes.
I wanted to ask that,
Yes.
is that an element?
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
I've heard that a
Absolutely.
few times.
It is,
Where
yeah.
the children say that they felt that the father
It's
left
because
or
of
because
them.
of them.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's why I'm asking about the
Yeah.
rejection. Is it
Yes.
more like, did you feel my parents weren't together because of me, and that
Yes.
makes you feel like, okay, maybe I don't fit in here. I'm asking from a point of view that I
Yeah.
don't understand it. So there's a
Yes.
lot of people that
Yeah.
that are
Yes.
maybe going through divorce or considering divorce to think twice before
Yes.
you
Yeah.
go as far to think, okay, I have children to consider. It's
Yeah.
not
Yes.
just me.
Yes.
What will the effects be going forward?
You know, for me, I wouldn't say I blamed myself, right? My thing was that, okay, this thing happened to the adults, it happened to them. But then consider the child, you know, send the child for counseling.
Yes.
And look, I'm also divorced. And that is what we're taking into account right now with the
Wonderful.
kids. You understand?
Wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah,
Understand
and
that
sometimes,
they,
Crystal, we are as adults,
yeah,
as women, we are impregnated
yeah,
out of marriage, right?
yeah,
So, and then there's a child, and the older people, the elderly people used to say that jy moet jou
Gemors
jou
skoonmaak.
gemors
Ja.
skoonmaak. Ja.
Ja.
Maak jou bed op.
Ja, ja.
Right?
Jy moet nou trou. Jy
So
moet,
so
ja.
so you
Yeah.
have to clean
You
up
have to.
where you messed up.
Yeah.
So it's that type of thing,
yeah,
you know, not thinking that this was in the moment,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
of just enjoying the moment, and here a child was
It
born.
was a mistake. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
There's not really true love. So
Right.
now there's a child,
Yeah.
And many times I see with like in counseling over
Yeah.
the years
Yeah.
that the eldest child sees so many things
Right.
that is happening and takes the brunt for the rest.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously.
Subconsciously, you're
Yes,
doing,
Yeah,
the
knowing
oldest
and
child is doing
unknowing.
that.
Yeah.
Because, I vividly remember even with my divorce, my oldest daughter, I have never, ever heard my child crying the way she did that day when we
Oh,
said we
yes.
were going to divorce.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
So the oldest child takes on
Yeah.
that
Yes.
Yeah.
because they,
Yeah.
like Joan rightfully said, see the most. They
Yeah.
witness the
Yeah.
discord in the family.
Yes.
Yes.
And someone, a social worker friend of mine sometimes says, we mustn't underestimate the fact that children become depressed too.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's
Children they
That's so
pick
true.
up on the parents' emotions.
Yes.
Hey?
Yes,
And
that's so
you
true.
sometimes don't even have to say anything.
Yes.
They can feel the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They
they're
can
very
feel it.
perceptive.
Yeah.
They're
Very.
No.
very,
Very.
yeah, they're very in tune with their parents.
Yes.
The mom,
Yes.
where the mom is
Yes.
suffering or whatever, is unhappy. The child picks it up
No.
immediately.
And you find that your
Yeah.
oldest is generally, and I'm speaking in our environment,
Yeah.
so when maybe me and Xavier, we're having a disagreement, then she becomes unsettled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
there's nothing immensely happening,
And
like
clingy.
Right.
like yeah, she
Yes.
becomes extremely clingy,
Yes.
and because you can feel that there's a bit of like
Yes.
there's an unsettling
Atmosphere.
atmosphere, yeah. So I can only begin to imagine if it's that far gone for a
Right.
child to be that perceptive,
Yes.
because they've been there since you've been there as the eldest has been there
Yes.
since the
Right.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when that unsettling comes, then because my child starts crying for everything,
Yeah.
and you're like,
Yeah.
why are you so emotional? Then I have to go back and say, oh, okay, maybe because she feels
Yeah.
there's a bit of a disturbance in her
Yeah.
norm.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. Yeah.
And like with me, look, I am the eldest.
Yes.
So yes, I think maybe that would have played a part,
Yeah.
a major part for me,
Yeah.
especially hearing the story of how I came about and stuff like that. So I had to deal with a lot, man.
Yes.
And I think it's so important for children needs to be acknowledged that they have feelings.
Yeah.
Yes.
That they need,
Yeah.
see that,
Yeah.
send them for counseling. I understand adults is going through the most, and they, but a child itself, man, if I like what Pastor Neil always says, if you don't, you need to, what does he say? Okay, I'm paraphrasing now what he says. But see to a child when they are small and growing up, and make sure they are fixed before we're dealing with broken adults.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I
That's
think I
very
became a broken
important.
adult.
Yes.
Because while later in my 20s, whatever, I had a nervous breakdown.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Because now all these things, I've never gone for counseling, I've never deal. And now this thing caught up with me. You
Yes,
understand?
yes.
And that is why, even with me now, with my second marriage and stuff like
Yeah.
that, me and Oriental made it a point that, check in with the kids. Because yes,
Yes.
as much as divorce happened to us, something also
happened
happened
to
to
them
them.
as well.
And
they-
we need to be, cautious about it.
Cognizant.
Exactly,
Right.
about that.
And they don't always have the words
Yes.
to express their emotions.
Yes.
So they act out sometimes
Yes.
in a negative way.
Yes.
Because they don't have the words to say, I'm sad, I'm
Yeah.
feeling angry, or whatever the case may
Yeah.
be. So just pick up on that
And
too.
studies have shown that, and I know that growing up, there was a certain period where adults used to say, "Ach, as a kind, they'll grow out of it." And
Yeah,
the
so
reality
true.
of the
Yeah.
matter is not
No.
true, because the
No.
ECD is from birth till 7 years old. So that's where the child's core memories and emotions are
Yeah.
formed. And if trauma happens in those years and is
Yeah.
not dealt with,
No.
it comes out in adulthood. It comes out in the
Definitely.
teenage years.
Yes.
And that's the sad reality where people say, "Nee, die kind sal uitgroei. Kom ons, you
Yes.
need to deal with your emotions."
Yes.
You must give
Yes.
attention to the child's emotions. And I think it's important for us as parents to realize
Yeah.
that it's our responsibility
Yeah.
to protect our children, because do we want, if it happened to us, would we want to perpetuate
Yeah.
that again, or hear their
Yes.
emotions to say, okay, will they be better adults?
Yes.
And you see, children have different outlets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you let out by becoming a bully.
Yeah.
Yes. That's true.
Yeah.
That's so
They
true.
have different. Others go into their cocoon. They just
Yeah.
want to watch TV. They don't want to
Yes.
spend time with others,
Yeah.
Yeah.
with other
Antisocial,
children.
yeah.
You
That's
know,
right.
they're antisocial.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So there's different outlets.
Yes.
Yeah.
Others keep it in until, yes, that breakdown.
day.
Yeah.
One day, that breakdown.
Yeah.
And that can happen in adulthood. That
Yes.
can even happen while you are married.
Yes.
You know what I'm
true, eh?
saying? Because of everything. It's like a volcano that you store everything up in the mind. You think about it. And come I tell you, subconscious mind is very powerful.
Very, very.
You can put something in the subconscious mind, but
And
it's going to come. You're going to
Yes.
keep on borrowing.
Yes.
It's going to catch up with you.
Yes. Yeah.
So instead of dealing with the root,
Yeah.
you know, as you said earlier on,
Yes.
deal with the thing that
Yeah.
hurts.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ask yourself the question.
Yeah.
Stop
Even
suppressing
if
it.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yes.
even if you know that this is now going to be a bottle that's going to
Yeah.
burst.
Right.
Let the bottle burst.
First.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
so
get
true.
the things out.
Out. Yeah.
Deal with
You
the
know,
issue.
and so that healing can come.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You understand?
You-
And sometimes it's not easy to hear
Yeah.
from the other side. Maybe lies,
Yes.
you know, about you.
Yeah.
Maybe the other person felt that way. Give them the hearing,
Yeah.
but let them also get it out.
I
Get the
think
healing,
we
yeah.
sometimes we try to avoid conflict.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly it.
Yeah. And conflict in
It's
itself,
healthy.
it's not
It's not
It's
bad
not
at
bad all the
always.
time. It's not
Yeah,
always
not
bad.
always bad.
Sometimes it's good, you know.
I was listening
Yeah.
to this TikTok where
Yeah.
this lady in Parliament, she said that nobody has the right
Yeah.
Yeah.
to be protected from disagreements or
Yes.
offense.
Yes.
It's an occupational hazard, meaning to say
Yeah.
that in life,
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're going to deal with different people.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're not
Yeah.
always going to like what
Yeah.
other people are going to say.
Yes, yes.
And it
Yeah.
doesn't mean because we don't like it, it's wrong.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily mean. So we will be offended. We need to get to the point
Yes.
that when we have conversations to understand, I might not like what this person is saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But let them have their out and let me have my out so that we can sort out whatever
Yeah.
this is.
Yes.
It can't always be the way
I
feel.
want
Yes.
it.
I
Yes.
want it.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to sort out
Yeah,
something.
because
We're
it
gonna deal
takes
with
two
the
to
root-
tango.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the root issue.
And that's
yeah.
it. That's
And that's
where
a
maturity
relationship.
comes
That's
in.
maturity.
That's
That's
yes.
maturity.
Yes.
Sometimes also you have to you have to be so mature that
Yeah.
you forgive
Yeah.
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 and walk away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yes.
Forgive, keep the
Yeah.
and
But
and-
sometimes
and-
you also need to think, can I change? Can I do
Yes.
something
Change,
differently?
yes.
Yeah.
If,
Yeah.
if this is how Crystal feels,
Yeah.
if this is how my husband feels, or Anka, so you know, if she
Yeah.
talks to me, maar sometimes ruk ons mos op soos
Yeah.
ons sê in Afrikaans.
Take
hè.
offense.
Jy take
Take
offense
Yes.
en dan sê vir
Yeah.
wys jy to
Yeah.
tell me, you know. And then in that way we don't grow.
We
Yeah.
don't grow.
We don't change. Yeah.
Sometimes, I know this is going to be harsh,
Yeah,
but
okay.
hear it for what it is. The Bible says that we shouldn't be arguing with fools, meaning to say,
Yeah,
meaning
so
to say
true,
this,
eh?
that a lot of the times we feel a certain way,
Yeah.
but the other person isn't hearing us, and we're not
Yes.
getting anywhere with
Right.
this. And you get to a point where you say, ach, wie ne, is reg.
Yeah.
I forgive you.
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
dust it off because it's not going to change. It's not going to
Yes.
help you arguing with this person. It's not going to change the situation. But
Yeah.
what you can do is you can control the way you
Yes.
react to something, the way you handle this. So instead of me arguing, trying to prove my point and showing this person that they're wrong and they're clearly not seeing it, let it go. Choose your battles.
Yeah.
Let it be water off a duck's back and gaan aan met jou lewe.
Yeah, you can't fight every battle.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Yeah.
fight
I
for the
heard
rest of your life.
I had someone saying last week, you know, almal is reg. Jy's reg. Jy's ook
Ja,
reg.
ja, 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 ja.
Jy's ook
Ons
reg.
almal, ons
I've got-
almal is
Almal
reg.
is
I got to
reg.
that, but almal
Yeah.
is reg. En ek is
Harmony,
verkeerd en I'm
harmony.
fine.
That's
Harmony,
reg,
peace.
that's reg. But now I want to ask the question, how are you dealing with that?
Yeah.
Or did you deal with it? Because I think there's outcome based.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I love the outcome based, you know,
Yes.
bringing you to a better place in your life.
Yeah.
So how did you deal, or are you still dealing with what actually happened to you there? You know what I'm saying? Because there are seasons
Yeah.
where you borrow from subconscious and you say, ach, maar I was maar a rejected child. You know this, and sometimes that feelings wants to get a hold of your mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How are you dealing with that?
I must say I've dealt with it. It's just funny how sometimes, you know, the devil, I don't know what he does, but then he wants to remind you.
Yeah.
And that's how it depends on how you're gonna fight
Yeah.
it back, you know. So with me, I have dealt with it. I
Jy
thought-
moet sê dan vreet jy dit.
Us ladies.
For real,
The
for
accuser
real,
of the
for real.
brethren, eh?
Yes,
As
yes. He
was
wants
the
to keep on
giant,
reminding
yes,
you. You know,
the
it reminds you
devil.
of your past constantly. That is, I
Yes.
think it's his job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with me, I believe that I have healed.
Yeah.
I have healed. I've dealt with it, and even now, that is why I can use it on a platform
Yeah.
to say that, you know what, what if you felt like a misfit or you felt rejected or whatever, you know, go through it and deal with it. And
Yeah.
so I believe I have. Sometimes I said, look, he's gonna always be the accuser, and
Yes.
he's
Yeah.
gonna remind
Yes.
you always.
Yes.
But it's how I deal with it.
Yeah.
And
Can
I'm
we
like,
go to the
Yeah.
Can we go to the thingies, yeah?
Yeah, we just to hear what the late people are saying.
oh gosh.
Are you done with your
Yeah.
thoughts? Okay. Okay, so let me just jump into the comments here real quick. We've got Clayton that says disagreements. He was referring to the mirror question. And
Yeah.
then we've got Micheline Peterson. Good morning, Pastor Joni. We missed you so much. And Veronica Fallon says, good morning all. Micheline says, good morning, Pastor Vi and Pastor Anka. Welcome, Crystal. And I think that it's true, a true favorite as ladies. We all just want to be loved all the time. And knowing each other's love language is so important. That's very, very true.
Yes.
She
I
says
love
balance
that.
is important. Then
Yes.
Veronica says, I love attention. I think we can all say we love attention. And then Pastor Eileen says, good morning, beautiful ladies. Micheline says, resilience to me is to recover quickly.
Yeah.
That's very true. And then regardless of the seasons we face, we just keep pushing. I always say we have to have strong bones, girl, but you do get tired of being strong. And sometimes if the strong people forget to check if you okay because they used to you always being okay.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, powerful, said Pastor Anka. Don't stay in your not okay season. Get up and try again. We have to have faith confessions every day. And then Naughty Boys says, good morning. And Heather says, wonderful, Crystal. That's exactly what it is. God has given us the grace to keep on keeping on. Pastor Eileen says, thank you for sharing, Crystal. Yes, we must get up and go again. Lucinda Peterson says, God will walk with you, and it's not going to be easy, but He'll be right there through it all. Crystal is a gem. And Auntie Heather says, it's because God has chosen you, my angel. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but God carry us through. Most definitely, Pastor Violet, divorce definitely affects the whole family, children, uncles, aunts, grandmas, and grandpas. And Valenti says, being the eldest, you have to be strong for everyone, but you have nobody to be strong for you. It takes a toll on your mental health.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So
No,
true.
that's so true.
That's very, very, very true.
'Cause
So,
it's like sometimes you can't feel weak because
Yes.
this is always required of you. You have to be strong. As the eldest, you must always just be strong for everybody else.
That's
but
right.
exactly what Valenti says, who's strong then for you? And that is why I said over the years, I had to keep quiet and why I had to be strong, man. I just
Yeah.
constantly had to
Yeah.
be strong.
So what would you say to someone, John, that is the oldest, that doesn't have a support structure? What can one then do?
I think that's why you need
Community,
that's why you
friends.
need you need therapy. That's why you have psychologists.
Yes.
That's why you have friends.
Friends,
you can trust.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because there's a trust factor as
Right.
well. Someone who won't just go out there
Yes.
and spill
Yes.
the beans.
Yeah.
But you have to have someone you can confide in.
Yes. It's
You know
important.
what I'm saying? That's so important.
Very.
And now and then, you know,
Yeah.
meet with the person for
Yes,
coffee
yes.
and just speak a little bit what's bothering you.
Right.
Or what came up now
Yes,
again.
yes.
You know what I'm saying? And
Or
how
just a
to
phone call.
maneuver.
Yeah, yeah.
Or just speak about it in
Yes,
general.
yeah.
You know, and then you never know who you're talking to because
Right.
someone else always have the answer.
Yeah.
So it's important to just like, you know, not that there are nobody. Can I emphasize? Not that there are nobody who's strong for you. There will always be someone that will help you through.
Yes.
Who will help you up.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that is actually the situation that I think you must
I just want to add from a parent's perspective. I've never experienced something, but if I have to look, because I'm doing some introspection in terms of how I see my oldest daughter. She's only 9 years old, but there's a lot that I expect as a mother because she's the oldest. You see, oudste, you must. And I think we expect a lot from our
them.
oldest. And I mean, it was a joke, like a meme a while back, to say that the oldest kids are the second parents, you know, because they have to take over when the parents are not around or whatever. And I see that my little one, she's very militant when I'm not around. She gets us to stop. Come, you have to make your bed. Come, you have to do this. Come, you have to do that. Because it's sort of like drilled in. And I think just to be cognizant for us as parents, they are children. And it's not their responsibility to parent. We need to be cognizant. Whoa. Her sister isn't her responsibility. She also needs to have a childhood. She also needs to have. So I think just for us as parents to be cognizant how we treat our oldest. And what we expect from them.
And we can attest to that when we saw in our own households. You know, my eldest sister, I took her as she's my everything. She's my mother. So so the things that they had to take.
Absorb.
But the parents did that.
Yeah,
But
the eldest
our
one
time,
had
the
to take
eldest,
the
My
the
sister also
reins,
complains, she went through a lot. And then she would get a hiding.
Yeah.
On top of that.
Yeah. If
for
we
not
do
taking-
wrong, they take the brunt.
Absolutely.
That's
What example
exactly.
are you? What example
Yes,
are you?
exactly what
they
it-
like
what
the,
it is.
the mini moms. Yeah.
And it's unfair.
It's so, it was actually looking back.
So
it
did
was
you answer the
unfair.
question? How did you navigate through it? You dealt with it?
Yes, like I said, I think I said yes, nah?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
guys.
Yeah.
And that is why I use it as lessons, you know, and I take
Yes.
from it, and that is what I would speak about, and
Yeah.
I definitely believe that
So how would you change the negative to positive?
my negative to positive lessons that I've learned from it,
Yeah.
you know, and all the negatives, sure. Yeah, just lessons, man, that I take and turn it into lessons that one can learn from and move forward.
Like what not to do, like
and what not exactly.
what am I going to do with my children? Not to
Yes.
do this, not to do that.
The same example now of the children has feelings as well. After divorce, I went through a divorce growing up, and this was done to me. I don't want to repeat that.
Yeah.
You understand? So now I have to unlearn a lot of things, basically. And that is what I'm turning into positive.
Yeah.
Now know that children are also going through things.
Yeah.
Speak, talk. And with me, because I wasn't a speaker, I can see it now with Chloe. Chloe's not a speaker, even Shaira. They're not talkers, you know.
Yeah.
They suppress their
Yeah,
feelings and stuff
yeah.
like that. So it's now understanding them and really allowing them, you know what, you have to speak, say exactly what you are feeling. Then you'll get the others that alles baie vocal.
Yeah.
Alles sê dit soms soos dit is, you know.
Right. No filters.
You know, but you have to be, you know, sensitive to each one, you know. But it's very important to speak, you know, even
Yes, so true.
it's so important for me. It's
And
very
sometimes you think
important.
it's a weakness. Can I just tell you, whoever is listening to this, it's not a weakness
No.
to talk about your struggles. It's not a weakness
Yes.
to actually say how you're feeling.
Right.
You know, it's a strength.
Yes.
Because not everybody can do it.
Yes.
So you are strong in that to
Yeah.
actually say,
Show
today I am not feeling the part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm a little offish today. And guys, it's a strength. You know what I'm saying? And many times we actually want to take it out on the people that's just
closest
close
to
to
us.
us. And our poor husbands actually take the brunt most of the times,
Yeah.
and our children.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, and I think it's not right,
Right.
because we have to deal with the feelings that we feel
Yes.
Right.
and deal with it quickly.
Yes.
You know, someone actually said, "Don't pola in the valley.
Yes.
Right.
The valley wasn't made
Yeah,
for you to pola there. There is
Yeah.
mountains, you know, that you can climb up.
Yeah.
So you have to learn how to maneuver
Yeah.
through the situation.
I just want to add something that I've taken positive from your story is a matter of, yes, you went through all of that and you didn't feel like you fit growing
Yeah.
up. But where are you now? You've got a whole business.
Yeah.
You've got a whole career, a
Yeah,
whole
that was my
brand.
next. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
put yourself out on social media.
Yeah.
You there, yes, met your TikToks to do
Yeah.
and whatever other people say. It's about knowing who you
yes,
are.
yes.
People will always say what
Yeah.
they want to say, but
Yeah.
but if I have to look at the fruits of where I am now,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
successful in where I am,
Yes.
and I'm speaking about you right
Yes.
now.
Right.
I mean, you
Exactly.
didn't stay there
Yeah.
and feel like, okay, my
Yeah.
parents weren't together. I didn't feel like I was accepted. I
Yes.
didn't feel like I
Yes.
fit here or whatever. You made something
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
yourself.
Right.
You show up for your kids. You show
Yeah.
up for your marriage. And I think that
Yeah.
is something
Yes.
that's really positive
Yes.
from coming where you've come from.
Yes.
Yeah, you
And-
found
and that's-
purpose. You found purpose,
Purpose,
from your
yes, purpose.
fragility. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And that's part of
Absolutely.
of being resilient is
Yes.
the economic empowerment that the
Yeah.
journey that you embarked on.
Yes.
Yeah,
That
so
is
I
so
want
important.
you. I want you actually to speak a little bit on
Yes,
that.
I was burning to ask you that question, your business and how did it come about? And for
Yes.
somebody out there that feels lost, that feel they don't have any resources.
Yes.
Because it's important as
Yeah.
single women, as divorcees, that you take care of
Yes.
yourself,
No, true.
that you empower yourself. So
Yes.
please
Yes.
share that part. Yeah.
So
how
Crystal
that come-
Clear's slogan is fashion with purpose.
Right.
And the purpose part of it, it's exactly how it was derived out of pain. You know,
Yes.
after the divorce, and just a snippet about it. After the divorce, I had to leave my job because of severe depression. Then left it, 2020, COVID happened, and then that's how I gave birth to Lady J at the time, but now it's Crystal Clear. And it was just, I kept on pushing, man.
Yes.
I just said, there's one
Persevered,
thing that I said, you're not going to give up. You have a story to tell, and you're going to keep on pushing. And I push. Listen, it's not easy. It's not easy. Like I just said now, I just felt like so many times, like these past, I felt I just want to go off the grid, but I was like, girl, you push. And that's one thing I admire about myself, is the resilience just to keep on going.
Yeah.
Even though me, myself, I say I want to give up. But as it's inside of me, I don't know what it is, but keeps on getting back up.
Yes.
And like now, I have the fashion show. And I was like, within 2 months, I kept on saying to God, I just need a fashion show just to the brand, because it took a dip these few months,
Yeah.
And I was like, that's kinders, that's 6 kinders. It's us, our crazy 8, and we need to make ends meet, we
Yes,
need to
yes.
survive.
Yes.
But what is it? Like, and I'm like, I'm taking a chance here. And I say fashion show, and I say, God, I know you're gonna come pull through.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna do it. And that is just how I am, man. I just that I think the faith aspect of my entire existence plays a major part in me keep on going. By believing God, to say like, God, if you say who you are, I know you're gonna come through for me. And He does it
Yes.
time and time again. And I'm like, wow, God is just amazing. And that just keeps me going. You have your knocks here, you have your knocks there, and I take my 2 minutes if I'm out, and then I just bounce back again, and I keep going. And this brand, this Crystal Clear, this
Yeah.
baby of mine,
Yes.
I cannot give up on her, because I know what she was derived out of.
Yeah.
And she keeps on going and going. And every time I want her to give up, to say, now listen, let's close this chapter and go back to corporate and whatever. Nothing happens. It's like God is like intentional with this brand and keeps on making things happen. So she fashion with purpose. Fashion with purpose. It says exactly that. It's just not a brand wearing clothing, but it's how you wear the clothes. It's with confidence. It's about showing up. It is about being unapologetic of who you are.
Yes, yes.
It's fashion with purpose. Purpose, woman. No matter what you're going through, just show up. Get back up again. No matter how hard it is. It's hard. That's why I said, if we all can tell our true stories, men will say, hey, I didn't know.
Yeah.
But get back up again. And that is, Crystal Clear, fashion with purpose.
So when is your fashion show?
The 30th of November. 30th of November. This is exactly your 3 months. Planning this thing. But 30th of November.
Couple of weeks time now.
4 p.m. at the food box.
So at the food box, guys, 30 November. What time?
4 p.m. 4 p.m. But they need to
Okay.
book tickets they need to book tickets before.
Is there online?
Yeah, online, like, or they can go on socials, on Crystal Clear page, and all the details is there.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe we can
Thank you so
we'll
much.
drop a link
I
just
have
on the
my
comment
ticket.
section.
Oh,
As well.
thank you. Yes.
I booked. Yeah.
So beloveds, if you heard crystal clearly, right? Crystal clear.
Yeah, I
See
like
what
that.
you did there.
Look at you.
That's so nice.
You go, girl.
That's so cute.
Yeah,
So
crystal
if you heard crystal clearly, you will see that every person is born with purpose.
Yeah.
And if you find your purpose, keep
Yes.
pushing, because nothing comes easy. All you have to have is resilience.
Yes.
Get up again. You know what I'm saying? I have a few qualities of resilience. There are many examples of resilient behavior. Some characteristics of resilient behavior includes viewing setbacks, right, as impermanent. It's not a permanent thing. So you have to view it like this. I'm just going through this for now.
Right.
You know, but I'm gonna get up back again.
Yes.
Someone sang that song, no?
Yeah.
Get up back again.
Yep.
Something like that. I don't know. And then number 2 is reframing setbacks as opportunities for growth.
Yeah.
You have to reframe,
Yes.
right? Change a
Yeah.
lady tamalaiki. Change.
Yes.
Reframe
Yeah.
setbacks,
Yes.
right? Into opportunities.
Yes.
Because not every setback
Yeah.
is going to be leaving you
Yeah.
down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take it as an opportunity.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get up again.
Yeah.
And this setback, I'm
Yes.
going to come out stronger.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just saying it, guys.
Yeah.
I know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
When you're down and out
Been
and you
there,
feel
done
like,
it.
I
There's a
know that
t-shirt.
thing. So come, I tell you, you have to just take that as opportunities for growth. Recognizing cognitive distortions as false beliefs,
Yeah.
right? And that's where reframing also comes in. And managing strong emotions and impulses. And then focusing on events you can control.
Yeah.
Because if you can control the event, right? You're having a fashion show.
Yes.
Sometimes you want people to buy into it, and the people you want it, to be able to buy into your brand or your product don't just really see it that I have to buy into this thing.
Yeah.
But then don't let that put you off.
Yes.
Don't think about it too much.
Yeah.
Because there's other people, there's other avenues. There are people who really I want my brand out there, so this is an opportunity for me. And then, so don't focus on the events you can control. Ag meen nou man. Focus on the events you can control. And then number 6 is not seeing yourself as a victim,
Yeah.
but seeing yourself as a victor.
Yeah.
Right? You
Absolutely.
have to be victorious in what you
Yes.
do. And then committing to all aspects of life. The last one is having a positive outlook on the future and developing a growth mindset.
Yes.
That is important. If you don't have a growth mindset,
Yeah.
you will never be able to grow.
Yep.
If you are a Miss or Mrs. Know-it-all, you will never be able to grow.
So true.
Yeah.
Never. And if you use other people as your bouncing
Punching
balls,
bags.
your,
Punching
you know, you will not be able to succeed, because what you sow, you're going to reap.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
true.
So it is so important to actually move forward.
Yep.
Don't let your setbacks leave you in a depressive mode.
But
But use it as a resilient mode. I am going to make it. I'm going to make it strong, right? The qualities of resilience, right? Some of the main characteristics of a person who has resilience are awareness,
Yeah.
right?
yeah.
Self-control. You must be able to control yourself
Yeah.
and your emotions, right? Problem-solving skills and social support. No man is an island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all need each other.
Right.
I need you and you need me.
Yeah.
So together we can make it.
Yeah.
Right? And then resilient people are aware of situations, their emotional reactions, and the behavior of those around them. Think twice. I always like to say, if someone don't greet you today, or someone is giving you a cold shoulder, and you do find those people, you find people that's just ugly. They just want to get to you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I always say, you're wasting your time, girlfriend, because I've been there, I've done that. I know now. I know that the emotions that is locked up within me, I can't control.
Right.
I can't control it. So it's your own baby if you don't treat me well. You're missing out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But this girl, she's moving forward. She's going somewhere.
Yeah.
Right. So last comments, and then we're gonna say ta-ta.
Okay, from me, I would say no matter what you're facing right now or going through, it's okay to be in that space, but get back up again. It's important to
very
get
true.
back up again. Stay focused.
Yeah.
Stay focused on where you know you're going to. No one else can tell you where you're going to. Only you yourself know where you want to be. And keep your eye on the prize.
Yes.
And I believe in the push. Pray until something happens.
Yes.
Pray yourself out of that situation. I'm a faith girl, so pray, keep
That's
praying.
so important.
Have your relationship, because no one else knows your story better than you yourself and God.
Yes.
Don't let nobody else write your story for you. You are your main character of your story. And mense gaan, they're always going to talk, they're always going to say something. But just stay true to yourself. Keep pushing, get back up again. Mense, we know it's difficult. But don't look at people and think that they got it all together. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, yes, very true.
You keep
I
true
have
to
heard.
yourself and just keep pushing, man. Please get back up again. Lady, whoever's facing something right now, please get back up. Just get back up again. Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for me, it would be prioritizing self-care.
Yes.
Take care of yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
Physically,
important.
Yes.
emotionally,
Yes.
spiritually,
Yes.
educationally as well.
Yes.
You know, if you find yourself in a situation where you need to improve your qualifications, because remember, it's not everyone that will be able to market something, sell something. Then educate yourself. I've had experiences of girls that has done domestic work and becoming a teacher. So please don't stay where you are. Just aspire to become something and someone in life, especially if you're single and you need to take care of your children and so forth. So there's a saying about putting on your seatbelt first in the plane, or putting your mask on first.
Yes.
So you need to take care of yourself
yourself
first
Yes.
before you can take care
Awesome.
Yes.
of somebody
Amen.
else.
I would just say that don't allow the opinions of others to define you.
Yes.
Because that's not who you are.
Yes.
Allow God to define you. Know
Yes.
that you are resilient, you can do it, you are
Yes.
capable, and you are more than enough in order to pull through.
Yeah, go along with the storm, guys. If you are in the eye of the storm, just go along, because one day the sun will shine again. So yes, from us to you, we love you. God loves you. So go in the peace of the Lord. Until next week. Mwah.
In the shade, as I look upon my life, in the shade, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dream. In the shade, as I look upon my life, in the shade, there's a passion inside. Heaven knows I'm living my dream.